Hi, this is Avit Bansal. I'm an author and a life coach in the art of conscious living. I've made myself available here with just one simple intention: to spread the right awareness about the phenomena of life, what many people today call as manifestation. So today marks a very special milestone. This is the 10th and the final video of our 2026 Reality Architect series. While this may be the conclusion of this specific series, but let me be clear, this is not the end of the journey into this knowledge of manifestation. It is the simply beginning of your new life. If you haven't watched the previous 9 videos, I highly recommend you go back and watch them in right sequence. I have prepared them in both English as well as Hindi just to ensure that the core of this art, that the art of manifestation, is crystal clear to you. So before we dive into our final topic of this video, that is how to live in the wish fulfilled, I want to bring you a very profound realization about life. So most people treat law of assumption or manifestation is just like a magic trick or maybe a temporary tool to get a car, a job, maybe more money. But the truth is much bigger than that. Manifestation isn't something you have just discovered and maybe started doing recently. It is that you have been doing this your entire life. That is the utmost profound truth of life. As long as you are breathing, you cannot not assume. Every moment of your existence, you are a bearer of your assumption. Every moment you have an assumption as long as you are breathing. Whether they are very small thoughts or life-altering beliefs, you have been sculpting your world since the day you were born. So you are not victim of your conditions. Your conditions are the shadows casted by your own state of mind. And the moment you stop treating this as a get-rich-quick scheme and started seeing it as the way of living, everything changes. We are not slave to our circumstances. We are not at the mercy of the outside world. In reality, the world is a slave to your assumption. It must follow the blueprint you provide in your mind. And to live in the wish fulfilled is not about pretending, maybe lying to yourself. It is about the quiet inner realization that the version of you who has everything you desire already exists. So what Neville Goddard taught us is not just a technique, it is an absolute realization. It is the realization that who you truly are at your own core. He showed us that there is an innate power within us that is capable of shifting entire world. But here's the catch, what most people miss. To change the world, you must change yourself. So Neville was very firm about one thing. Just listen to this very carefully. Do not be a hearer only, be a doer. So what does that mean for you as you finish this last and 10th video of this series? It means that everything we have discussed in 2026 Reality Architect series, all the lessons on law of assumption, the I am state, or maybe the wish fulfilled, it must be executed. Because without execution, it is just a philosophy. Without execution, it's just entertainment. And remember, you cannot prove this law to yourself by reading about it. You can only prove it by being it. You are the operant power. Let those words sink in for a moment. Operant power. Many people say this word like I am the operant power. They say it, they chant it. But they truly do not understand what it implies. And to understand is, just think of it of maybe a machine, just an example. You can have the most expensive, most powerful machine in the world sitting right in your factory at this moment. You can admire it, you can polish it, and maybe tell everyone how great it is. But unless that machine is switched on, or unless it works, it will never produce a single thing, howsoever beautiful or polished it is. So you are that machine. If you do not work the law does not work for you. You are the one who must shift. You are the one who must claim the new state. If you remain in the same state, or maybe in the same person today that you were yesterday, your world will remain exactly the same as it was yesterday. And if you just talk about manifestation, you can talk for maybe 1,000,000 years. You can watch 1,000,000 YouTube videos. You can read every book ever written by Neville Goddard. And after those, maybe million years, you will be standing in the exact same spot and wondering why nothing has changed. But if you work, but if you actually commit to the state of wish fulfilled, if you move from wanting to having state in your mind only, then a million things will change in an instant. The universe does not respond to your word, it responds to a state. At this stage, on this day, day 10, I could probably give you 100 different techniques. I could give you methods for scripting, visualization, and affirmation. But the purpose of this final video is much deeper than that. My goal right now is to give you the ultimate realization, the final step that is almost always ignored or maybe misunderstood. How to truly live in the state of wish fulfilled. And we have to be honest with ourselves. We are living in a world that has trained us to be anxious. Between the constant scrolling and the endless surges of dopamine from social media, our brains have been rewired for a thing called instant. We want the results to be the second we think of it. We want the notification, like the delivery and the manifestation right now. But the law of assumption does not follow the rhythm of social media feed. It follows the rhythm of your mind. Because of this instant culture, something very dangerous happens. So what happens? When we claim a state, we assume we have a desire, but then we look at our physical world 5 minutes later, and if we don't see it, the evidence immediately, we panic, we get agitated, and we started questioning everything. Is it working? Why isn't here yet? And in that moment of panic, many people throw everything away. They discard this beautiful realization of life, this power, what we call manifestation, simply because they couldn't wait for the bridge of incidents to appear. They let a momentary lack of physical evidence talk them out of their internal truth. So living in the wish fulfilled means you no longer are slave to your appearances, maybe dopamine. It means you have to have the spiritual discipline to say this. I have seen it in my mind, therefore it is a fact. When you're truly in the state of wish fulfilled, you aren't checking your watch. You aren't checking your bank every 5 minutes just to see whether the law has worked. And why? Because you do not look for what you already possess. If you already have it, if you're saying that you're living in the end, then why are you here? Watching this video, maybe another video, maybe the work. You do not look for the phone that is already in your hand. Agitation and the rush are actually proofs that you do not believe that you have it yet. Living in the wish fulfilled is a state of profound peace. It's just quiet thank you to the universe or to yourself, to anyone, knowing that the seeds that you have planted are already growing beneath the soil, even if you cannot see the sprouts just yet. So let me tell you something about living in the end, or maybe how to live in the wish fulfilled. So I had met this guy particularly through my sessions, and he was having troubles. He said at night, maybe I can assume, maybe I can sleep on the feeling of wish fulfilled because I just sleep. It's not hard for me, I can do it. But throughout the day, when my conscious mind is awakened, when I'm seeing things, it's really hard for me to deny my senses. How can I do it? And let me tell you before how he did it. I cannot go into the personal of the story. It is quite personal and confidential to the person. He got what he wanted. So it was the act of specific person that he was going about. So at night, what he used to do, he used to enhance the feeling of wish fulfilled. And how he did it? Ultimately, your goal is to believe that you are it. You are the person which you desire to be. The person who has all the things which you desire. So his desire was specific person. So at night, he used to take a pillow or maybe crumbled up blanket. So when he used to sleep on the back, on the bed, on his back. So what he used to do is to put a heavy pillow right over his left shoulder, thinking it is the weight of the head of his specific person. The specific person is sleeping next to me. He used to imagine that and just used to sleep. He didn't used to visualize. He was not a good visualizer. But what he did, he took a pillow and put it on his left shoulder and assumed that this is my partner and used to sleep over it. And throughout the day, when he was in the office, when he cannot see his specific person, what he used to do, and this is what I advised him. If you're a partner, if you're at work, then where will your partner be? Maybe at home. If she's working from home, if she's not working. Either ways, at home. Or maybe at her office. This is where your partner would be if you're outside working. So he used to assume, like, okay, I'm working, so what? My partner is at home. I'm earning for her. I'm so proud of myself that I'm providing for my partner. So as long as he stayed outside the home for any work possible, through work, maybe he's playing in some sports, maybe hanging out with friends, he used to always believe that my partner is at home. And he acted like it. He never stayed out of home late at night. He used to remind himself, if I go late at night, my partner will scold me. A typical wife. So he maintained that discipline, a mental discipline, that I must be available at home, maybe not more than past 8 p.m. So these small things he used to do to trick his mind that he's living in the end. If you are with your partner, it's not like you're 24/7 together physically. She got her work, you got her work. He sometimes used to imagine, my partner is going to some different countries for work purposes. He used to make all these kind of stories just to trick his mind that he's living in the end. And when he used to drive home right from the work, he used to imagine, my wife will be waiting for me, so I need to drive safe. Maybe I'll pick up some fruits, some good food for my wife. This is what he used to do. And he told me, I kept on doing this for quite some time. And maybe there was a moment when he questioned everything, that I am doing it. He started to get some kind of a delusions. Maybe what is happening with me? I'm doing this, nothing is happening. But he kept on doing it, and he did it. And in the end, he told me, yesterday I was coming from the office to my home, and I was faced with the same assumption and feeling what I used to imagine when I earlier used to get back home, when I used to manifest my partner, that my partner is at home. And right now, I'm in the same moment. I'm going home and my partner is at home. So this is the art of living in the end. Whenever he used to visit market, maybe some supermarket, shopping complex, whenever he find himself in front of some good shop, maybe some good and some luxurious, you can say the restaurant, cafes, he used to tell himself, next time I'll take my wife there, my partner there, she loves coffee. So by the small act of assumption, he built so that his mind cannot focus on lag, but always on presence. Yes, my partner is at home. Yes, my partner is sleeping next to me. These made his specific person manifest. So if you are right now preparing for some exam to get into a good college, Ivy League college or some different kind of colleges, and you're preparing for it now, hardcore mode. So as you are preparing, you know you are preparing. So what you can assume while sleeping in the evening, that I got my selection. I'll be waking up peacefully tomorrow and my parents will be happy, my friends will be happy. I'll do nothing because my selection is done. In that state, I'll sleep. And throughout the next day, when I'm actually doing my preparation, I'll say to myself and think of myself, I'm just preparing for whatever I'm studying right now. What I am doing is I'm preparing beforehand I go into the college. I'm not preparing for the entrance. I'm just preparing so that when I go to the college, I have everything covered beforehand. I really do not have to worry about because I'm already studying for it. I'll just enjoy my time there. Other students will be studying when the college starts, but I'll be enjoying. So these small act of assumptions which you modify as per your own needs becomes your fact. Just think of this way. And this particular realization helped me a lot, and also helped a lot of persons. So when you were a child, so one day you were a child and your parents come, maybe your friends, any elder to you comes and he says to you, you have to study hard because good things takes time. Maybe they will say to you, money is really hard to earn. And you say, okay, I admit it, money is hard to earn. Even before seeing any kind of evidence or testing it, you have assumed the statement they have given to you. You said yes, and that becomes your assumption. So that child was fed with a beautiful lie, a single line which was a lie. That was, money is hard to earn. And when that child grows up, he sees this 13-year-old small kid earning millions of dollars through YouTube by playing Roblox and PUBG. Money isn't hard to earn. When he sees how these new guys, maybe 24, 25 years, fresh MBA graduates starting a business and getting 50 crore worth of company, $5 billion company, $5 million company within just first few years of starting the business. Money isn't hard to get. But he believed in the beautiful lie given by his parents when he was small, or maybe his friends when he was growing up. Money is hard to earn. This is what we do. We do not look for evidence, we just believe. All I am telling you to do is do the same. Pick a beautiful lie right now, right this moment, which you wish to experience in this world. Right now it is a lie, just as it was when you were a child. But once you pick a lie, for example, money is easy to earn. This is a beautiful lie for you right now. Maybe your senses, your evidences, your present moment doesn't show, but you believe it as you would have believed, as you have believed in your past when you were a child. Now you believe on this beautiful lie, and you do not question it, and you give your complete attention as you would have given in your past when you were a child, maybe when you were growing up, to the statement given by your elder, money is hard to earn. And see how it plays out. The attention that you have given to the statement of your parents, society and friends when you were a child is exactly playing out in your life right now. Isn't it so? If you're critical about it, you'll say yes. All you have to do is the same. Right now, pick a beautiful lie. Do not question it. Do not ask for the evidence as you have asked in your past. Just give your complete attention to it. And this was the realization Neville Goddard was trying to bring about in this world, that our assumptions build our life. We do not have to buy the second-hand assumption of the people to build our life. Pick your own assumption. Right now you can call them beautiful lie. Just as the lies that you caught up in your past and you're living in it, right now you can choose a lie and you can live in the future. And just remember one thing. There comes a moment in your life, and that must come when you have understood theoretically everything about manifestation. And then you take a decision. Okay, I've understood, I've learned, I've read all the Neville Goddard book or any author's book, all the videos on the YouTube. Now I'm satisfied. I will be now a doer, not hearer. I will be living in the end from this moment now. You have to take that decision. And if you're living in the end, you're telling me right now, yesterday I took this decision, I'm living in the end right now. So I would not expect you to visit my video the next day, because you're living in the end. If you're living in the end, if you're living as the person who has his desire, then why you are looking at this video looking for your own desires or how to get your desire? If you can understand this, what I'm trying to tell you, if you're living in the end as the person who has it, maybe a car you're looking for, then the next day you would not sign into YouTube or some different platform just to look for how to manifest faster. Then you're contradicting the living in the end state to yourself only. This is the trick our mind plays. And this is my suggestion to you. You have to take that decision. Until and unless you execute this, you cannot prove it. And this is what I need to tell you. And remember one thing. You have two ways right in front of you in your life right now. One way is that you stay whatever you are right now, with whatever philosophy of life you have. You have experimented, tried, fighting, arguing, fighting with the world. You have done everything you can in your life till now. And where it has landed you in this moment. If you're satisfied with it, you can go about it this way. But if you want to change your life, and I have tried everything, but my life is not improving the way I desire it to be, then I will tell you, at least try to go for it, try to experiment it. Because whatever you had tried to do in your past to improve your life, whatever you have done, has already given you the results. Either you can just go like this, or maybe you can try Neville Goddard's way. The art of living, the manifestation. You have to take that decision from this moment now. I'll start to live in the end. I'll start to live as the person who desire to be is already the person. Just test it. Just test it. Because I understand I was once there where you are currently. And I completely empathize with your condition, your mental state of doubt, whether this will work or not. I had the same sense of doubt in me. But trust me, I am just one step away from you. And that step is faith. And I would be more than happy to welcome you here if you take that step of faith in this art. I cannot tell you how much joy exists here where I stand in my life. And I'll be more than happy to welcome here. And I cannot show you my own excitement, what lies here. And one last thing. For this series, do not, if you think you cannot prove it, it's hard for you, then you go about disproving this law, the law of assumption, what Neville taught us. You go about disproving it. So let me pick this law. Okay, this law says that whatever the person you desire to be, you believe you are it, then you will become. This is what law says. Then you go about disapproving it. And in the act of disapproving it, if you are really trying to disapprove it, and in the act of disapproving it, you will prove it yourself. Because there is no other way. This is what you have been doing your entire life. And this is what you will be doing ahead also. So in the act of disapproving it, you will prove it to yourself that this works. And remember the gravity of the word, of two sentences. First is, you are the operant power. Unless you work, unless you execute, it will not work. And second, live in the end what it truly means.